welcome to our Leading Education for Sustainable Futures project. This is a project that we started about 2 years ago, in which we discovered that our schools, particularly our township schools and our rural schools, struggle with food insecurity. So schools, together with us, connected. We spoke about the food insecurity issue, the health issues amongst our children, and we realized that school food gardens would be an answer to the food insecurity problem. So these are the gardens that began about 2 years ago. And as you can see, this is not a manicured garden. There was now surplus produce that these gardens were producing, and these produce were now being afforded or given to child-headed households and vulnerable people in the community who did not have access to good food. Eventually, the produce became much more than what the community needed also, and then began conversations around the school food garden as an entrepreneurial enterprise.
Starting with the principals, because they're the ones who pushes as well, the teachers who pushes the SLT as well, for them to understand the concept of entrepreneurship, and for them as well to make sure they try to mention the concept of entrepreneurship actually in almost every subject they are learning in their schools. School food gardens actually allow the schools, for example, to impart the skills to the learners. When they grow older and up, of course, they're going to not only rely on them having A's, B's, and distinctions, in their academic studies, but also to have those practical life skills which allow them to become farmers and also own their own farms and sell the produce.
As the learners can take their skills and start their own gardens at home, and with the gardens at home, they can sell their vegetables to promote entrepreneurship skills and even to sustain the food inside their home.
We're hoping that everyone in the community as well may go on to have a mindset of having their own gardens, of supporting the students. Because of course, in our schools currently, there can be some lack of resources, of which there are some businesses out there. There's some NGOs out there who are very much willing actually to support.
So with these gardens, it's part of learning which will result in sustainability, because now we'll have children that are able to help in the kitchen to make sure that the garden continues, but to also start their own gardens at home where they can be able to feed themselves and their families, and also share their skills, impart more skills. Besides being looking after sustainability for food provision, it also encourages social cohesion, it builds relations, and it encourages the communities to live and to work together.
Our second stage of the project is to get now the HODs and the champion teachers who will then be very much hands-on in the gardens and taking their learners into the gardens. So we are hopeful that this will bring about some sustainable consciousness to this school community around Matseke Primary School.
We noted that the sustainability consciousness of the principals was imperative for them to fully understand the need for them to take action in ensuring that there are school gardens and provide for food security. As a partnership, we've been working very well in co-creating this knowledge, these deeper insights on what it means to start the food gardens, walking through the journey in partnership and identifying several challenges. And because they also work as a collaborator, the principals, they were able to also support each other.
We believe that through instructional leadership, these gardens can become much more than simply a business and simply a food producing enterprise, but it can now develop into a space of learning where the community, teachers, school leaders, and the children learn with and from each other.